I started 2024 off with this photo. It says reach for the stars. It's a girl reaching for the stars. And it's a scramble message, and it's in this old style that I have for honestly way too long and kept for too long into 2024. I just was not vibing with it anymore, and so I decided to branch out. I try and do some traditional art, and I start to do some paintings, and it forces me to like switch up from like the same style I've been like drawing in. Oh, I also took this selfie and I like edited it crazy. And it's because I was so focused on making like all of them like matching colors that it made me like break out. I'm like, okay, this is darker than normal. And now I'm like, I can have more contrast and like different colors and stuff. Like it doesn't have to be all the same. But I still was kind of in the same color range. I like this Valentine's Day piece. I wanted to draw something for Valentine's Day. I wanted to saw like a girl crazy in love. So she has the heart eyes. That was cute. That was part of my art journal, which kind of flopped. I made this because my art journal flopped. I made it my New Year's goal to do like a art journal every month, and I got to July, and then I don't know where, like I had saved like receipts and like little papers and like images and like memory stuff, and I honestly misplaced them. So if I find that, then I'll finish it. But right now, I don't know. But yeah, okay. So I got into more traditional stuff, and then I got into drawing again. Oh, and my grandma, she was giving away some stuff, and there was like this 2-frame piece. My friend now owns this, but I was like, ooh, what can I make this like 2 frames? So it's like flowers and a girl's classic in my style, and I drew like the eyes turning into flowers, but they're like going into the next room. And then yeah, so I got into drawing. I like this Bugs in My Food one. He's like, oh. It's inspired by, because I would always as a kid like be unable to eat. Like my mom would make like chicken nuggets and I would think there's like bugs in it, and that scene in The Emperor's New Groove was so bad for me when they eat the giant roly-poly, because I would always think like roly-polies is in my food. So I couldn't eat, so I made an art inspired by that. And then I thought I had created the best thing known to mankind when I made this Sweet Dreams one. I was like, this is it. Like, I'm pretty sure the caption is like, we're so back. I was like, bro, I really thought like I mean, it's really cute. Like, it is cute now, but I'm seeing like 10,000 things that I would do differently now. But at the time, I was like, this is revolutionary. And it kind of is, because it kind of changed my whole style. Then next, I drew like this inspired by Gottmik and like Drag Race, and I was like, because I was like, this is like so visually like stunning, like I want to draw it. And so I drew it, and it made me like, again, kind of like breaking, because it was like so dark, but it was needed for the piece. And so like I feel like it made me like break out of my comfort zone, and from there I just got real experimental. I like this one with like all of the colors, especially in the background. And then I was like, oh my gosh, at this time I was creating so much because I was unemployed, and like I was just unemployed, like doing nothing but making art and stuff, which was honestly good. But I made this one about it. I honestly love this one. I'm like, this is fire. And then this one's cute too. It really doesn't have much meaning. It's just like, what, some smoke. Okay, this one, I was like, it needs to be the most detailed. Like, I want it to be so detailed, and everywhere you look, it's like packed. And so I worked really long, and I kept adding like little different marks and little details. And honestly, I think it came out really cute. It's I am the key and the lock. I think I mean, yeah, that speaks for itself. This is why I just want to focus on like lettering. I just wanted to make something cute with like letters. So that's just really what that was. This next one, that's a whole story for another time. But this one was cute, honestly. It's these ones I was into, like getting into like Pride too. Like Pride Month was coming around, so it says, if I could give you a violet, because girls used to give themselves like violets. Be like, you're cute. But violets and lavender is very gay, very sapphic. And then I got it. I was like, I was like inspired to make music, so I made this little song. Gonna play your heart like a Tamagotchi. That's a monster in me, babe. Mashi, 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 mashi. Honestly, fire. I stand by this. It's honestly about like head confidence stuff and like how I don't really fuck with men. Okay, I mean, this one I was kind of getting into like experimenting more and giving more details and stuff. I started the lines down the neck. I really like that, and I started doing that more. Then I released my short film. Okay. Oh, and then I had a John Waters day where I watched like the rest of his films that I hadn't seen, and because I had seen like most of his films and I love him, and I was like, let me watch all these films that I haven't seen and make like draw alongside while I'm watching. And so that's what I did. I had like a whole day and I made like all these different little drawings and stuff. I even made a little song. I like posted it, but then it sounded weird the next day, so I took it down. Okay, and then like as I was saying, like the stripes in the necks, I took that into this one. And I started, this is where there's kind of like a switch, because I used to like, when I had anything to say in my art, I would scramble the message so only I would know what it said. But then it's like over time I wouldn't remember what the scramble said, and like it's kind of beautiful in a way, like the message is just lost in the art. Well, so I'm like, dang, I kind of want to know what I was saying. Also, I feel like it could be more impactful and more meaningful if instead of the scramble message, if it just says it, like people can just read exactly what you're thinking. Like that's almost more profound than a freaking disappearing message. Then I drew one of my favorite artists, Vel9, because I had drawn her before, like the year before, and it was like a completely different style, and I'm like, honestly, I need to redraw this. Like so like how I was watching the John Waters movies and drawing them, I wanted to rewatch the movie Santa Sangre because I had seen it a while ago, and then I was just like, I didn't really know what to make of it, but I kept thinking of it. Like I was like, that was so strange and like all of this stuff. And then so I watched it again and I drew this while I was watching it. And honestly, this like sparked a revolution in my art. Like this inspired me so bad to like try different things, because I just had fun with it. I was trying like completely different things. I wasn't trying to match it to anything else I made, like, and like took so long to discover like the colors and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so then after that, like it was like a revolution of like this next one, like the way I did the body and stuff, like I was just like, oh, let's just go, and kind of like the other one where I was trying to add all the detail. I'm like, how much detail can I add? Because honestly, it started with like basic drawings, and then I would add all these details and stuff later in Procreate. But I was like, what if I add a lot of details like before, and it's like a finished piece before it even gets colored, and then the color is just like in addition. And so that's what I was doing. And then I was like, I want to draw like so much going up to Halloween. I didn't end up doing too much because kind of like some crazy stuff happened, which we'll get into. But I did draw this Martian girl. It's inspired by the Aquabat song Martian Girl from Planet B. Will you marry me? So I drew her. It's like a Martian girl eating a man's hand because she be eating men. Vampires kind of freak me out, honestly. Like, you're dead and cold, it kind of freaks me out. But I was like, let me draw some gay vampires, like lesbiana vampires. That would be good. That might work. If Twilight was gay, it might have worked on me. Girls love Twilight. I was like freaked out. I was like, the baby resume girl, and they were drinking blood from cups, and I was like, see, this is why I don't like vampires. Like, that's freaky. Like, girl, like, she should have gone with the warm wolfman. Like, that's much better than the cold dead. Anyways, Um, okay, and then this is where it gets crazy, you guys. I had a friend. We're gonna hang out, go to the beach, go to the club. We were outside the club, and she like, I won't go into too much detail, but she did try it. She like strangled me. Like she started like really like choking me, like trying to kill me, and I was like, oh my god, and I was like, I had to go on a fight or flight. I'm laughing because it was crazy. I had to go on a fight or flight, and I just grabbed my stuff and I ran out of the car. And I was like I had to like pry her off me. Like she pried my phone case off my phone, like trying to grab my phone and stuff. And so it was like I would have had a fight to get out of there. But so yeah, like a girl tried to strangle me to death. And I got like all sad. And so this next one is honestly one of my favorite ones I've done, honestly. I used to draw like the elongated necks all the time. And but this time I made it into like a bow to feel like a knot in your throat. Like your throat is how you speak and like project into the world. And if you like aren't speaking, aren't like you like if there's like a knot in your throat, like that's like you're like choking. And I don't know. And that's how I felt because I was attacked like at my throat too. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like it was crazy. But anyways, so yeah, this is about that. And then the next one is kind of like similar. I feel like a broken doll. I feel like I was thinking a lot about like femininity and like the sexualization of girls. And I'm like, honestly, I was thinking about the movie Air Doll. If you haven't seen this, like one of my favorite movies. It's like on my top 4 on Letterboxd. But I'm like, honestly, that movie is beautiful. Is this girl she's an air doll, like a sex doll. And she like one day like kind of like comes to life and she gets like a human heart and she just starts feeling like emotions and like observing human behavior and stuff like that. And because she's like basically now a human, but like she'd been a sex doll. It's like I don't know, it's like really interesting, but it's also like beautifully shot. And like oh my god, and I was like I really want to rewatch this movie, so I kind of did a piece like drawing inspired by it, but then I never rewatched it, so I need to rewatch it. And then I did this one. I don't know, I was on like this one was kind of Halloween because it's like a snake girl, but no, I don't know. I said I need to shed my old self and start fresh. I was thinking about like how a snake sheds its skin and it has like a new skin. It's like a new beginning. And so I was like, honestly, I need to be like a snake in this moment. I drew myself as the spider queen because obviously because I be feeling the spiders crawling on me. I feel like a spider queen. Like they're my little minions crawling all over me and supply me secret information. Just kidding, they don't really do that. But I don't know, I felt myself, I'm like I should draw myself as a spider. Basically. And then it was Halloween. I was like, oh my gosh, I forsaken because I had a long list of things I wanted to draw for Halloween and I didn't draw them all. So then I just drew this girl with like a skull, holding a skull. Yeah, I think the caption, it was from like this old song. It was said like guess I'll meet you in the grave if it means forever, babe. So that's like my caption to this piece. Next one is I'm not seeing myself clearly. And I don't know why, but like when I was drawing this, like obviously this one is a long neck again. I was feeling like disconnected from myself and seeing like I wasn't viewing myself how I really am. I'm like seeing myself and everything through like some filtered lens. And I don't know why. I honestly can't really give you a good description of why the poison apple from Snow White is there. The image came into my head. I knew I needed to fill the page with something else, and I just got the image of the poison apple. So I thought it was up for interpretation. I can't tell reality from fiction. That's why it's when I realized like I had like an epiphany that like a lot of my life is like drawn from like I'll see something in a movie and I'll make it my reality completely. And so I was realizing like I have like a really hard time separating like reality from fiction in like life. And a lot of that I was seeing myself it's kind of like some, yeah, like main character syndrome, like a princess in the story, you know what I mean? And it's all like revolving around me or whatever. So that's why I drew myself like a tiara. I feel like I would kind of like waking up from this fantasy that I'm not in like a fantasy land, is like real life. And so that's what this one is about, honestly. It's just like a girl like in pain, like she's like, I'm a princess. It's very Pearl, like, but I'm a star. Like that kind of like, what, I'm going crazy, I'm a star. Like, what do you mean? Like, why, what are you talking about, sir? But anyways, this next one, it says, I'm not happy, I'm euphoric. I think it's like, I was kind of commenting on, it's like, I'm so extreme. Like I'm either like depressed or like euphoric. Like I feel like I'm not like moderate happy levels or like moderate sad levels, or like it can never be like steady. Like it was like, especially in recent months, like it was just so like up and down and so crazy. You feel like a roller coaster. And so that's why I was basically saying like, oh no, like I'm not happy, I'm euphoric, like it's cake, it's colors everywhere, like everything's beautiful and the best it's ever been, and I'm like euphoric. And then I finished it with the last painting I did. Beauty is Pain. It's a girl with a heel. I just got like the vision of like a girl with a heel that's a sword piercing her. And then I was like thinking like I need like a words on this. Like what is it really saying? But then I was like, no, it's saying beauty is pain. Like her heel, like she's putting on a heel, kind of putting on something to emphasize her beauty, to accentuate her beauty, and like especially be seen as beautiful in like society. Because like you might put on some heels for fun, but you're like not wearing them throughout the day at your house, you know what I mean? Like that's like, and it's stabbing her through the head, it's like killing her. Like I'm like, what is that really saying? Like that's saying beauty is pain. Like I was thinking a lot about like beauty is pain, like what it means to be like beautiful, and like, and how it's like not all like rainbows and butterflies and stuff if you're like beautiful. Like a lot of like crazy stuff can happen. Like people like kill people just off of their beautiful. There's like guys that are like, she's beautiful, and they get the urge to like kill them or like chase them, or like, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy, but that's like lie. Like I get a lot of attention, both positive and negative, because I'm beautiful. It's like crazy. Like I feel like you can't complain because you're beautiful, but also a lot comes with being beautiful. A lot of dark, twisty stuff that you don't even really think about. But then I just started thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, that's kind of crazy. So that was my message. Beauty is pain. There's probably more to that, but I don't feel like elaborating right now. But yeah, that was like my art of 2024. Most of it, some of it like kind of skip over whatever. I mean, there's some other stuff that wasn't. This is just not me scrolling through my Instagram really like what's on it. But yeah, thank you, goodbye.